everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And the winds are blowing again, and it started off as a beautiful day today. And then the sky riders came in, and look what they did to us. Look at this. What's going on here? Now, you ain't seen nothing yet. You see the cloaked ship over there? Well, let's take a walk this way. I know you can't walk this way because you can't see the way I'm walking, right? All right. Look at those cloaked ships over there. Huh? Look at that. Look at that. No wonder they came out and put up all this cloud cover so they could hide those cloaked ships. And then over that way, looks like they got a rainstorm building up, but there's nothing in the report about any rain for the area. But look at these clouds. Look at them. They're everywhere. Just weird stuff. Yep, they came in and they sprayed all this junk right over me. So they must be watching my channel and they hear how many times I call them out and say, look what they're doing to us. And they said, let's get that guy. So today I had to go into town and get a few total necessities that I was completely out of. And all of a sudden, just about 10 miles from here, the check engine light came on and my van was overheating. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? Now, let's pop this open because I still have to reset the check engine light. And that's pretty easy. You just disconnect the battery. And let me see if I can get this open. All right, stare at the sky a minute while I put the hood holder up. There we go. So, I came out and the reservoir was empty. And now it looks like it could use a little bit more. It's right to there and the full level should be there. So I do still have some inside. The engine's cooled down now. I couldn't fill it until the engine completely cools. And this is still a little on the warm side, so I'll give it a little while longer with the hood open. But anyway, I'm like, what's going on here? Now, I just checked the water level and that stuff in here. Checked all of the fluids just before my last trip to go down to Orange County to pick up solar panels. That was that a few weeks ago. So what the heck is going on here? So I've got to disconnect a battery cable for 10 minutes or so and then reconnect it, and that'll reset the computer so that the check engine light goes off. And then I'll when it cools down a little while, I'll fill that all the way up with my 50/50 antifreeze. And then I'll check all of the fluids again. I'll check the motor oil and the transmission fluid. It was kind of crazy. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And I called my neighbor. He's got a code reader. And I said, hey, can you come over and if I can nurse this thing home, can you come over and do a code read on this, see what's going on? And he said, yeah, but there's no leaks, nothing leaking underneath. There's no water coming out the exhaust. And since I put antifreeze back in this and filled it up to that position, it's been running perfect. And the temperature's been staying down between quarter and half. And that's where it's supposed to be on this thing. That's where it's always been. I can't figure out what happened that all of a sudden this thing's overheating. Now, I was up in the mountains yesterday, and I was climbing some really weird hills and stuff, but I didn't turn sideways or upside down to drain any water out, so that's kind of weird. Anyway, that's what was going on. So, came out to make sure everything's closed up. Chickens are fed. Already collected the eggs. Had 4 eggs today. And dogs are fed and had their treats. And they all seem to be happy. Here's Doggy Daddy here. But just weird stuff. And these cloaked ships out here are really getting bothersome because they don't look like any of the ones from my planet. Oop, did I say that out loud? All right. So anyway, that's what's going on here. It's getting ready for sunset. And we went 3 weeks without skyriders. Then all of a sudden they come in and they do this. And then the weather goes weird. And there's a skyrider right there above the mountain. Let me zoom in because it's getting kind of small. Yeah, right there. And that'll spread out to one of these big things. But what's going on? What are they doing? Coming up on election time here in this state, so I just read the news, and the DOJ is going to be sending monitors out to watch what's going on here for the vote in California, because there's a big suspicion that the election is going to be rigged. And why did they say that? Well, they just found out that some of the mail-in ballots for Prop 50, which is the redistricting thing where the governor of the state is trying to change the districting or redistrict everything so that it puts more Democrats in Congress. He's rewriting the boundaries to rig an election. I mean, come on. That stuff's supposed to be illegal. As far as I know, my whole life been taught that you don't do stuff like that. But it's just like the daylight savings time vote. We voted on probably, has to be 12 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. We voted in the state of California. It was put on the ballot, and the majority of the people voted to get rid of daylight savings time. And it should have been done. Well, it still isn't done. We still have daylight savings time here. And what do we have an election for if it doesn't count, right? If they don't listen to the people. And that's just wrong. Okay, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. That's just wrong. Okay, you're gonna do it fair, and then if you lose, tuck your tail in and go home. That's all there is to it. So anyway, that's a flash out there. They haven't been letting him come into the pack, so I have to go out and feed him. But he doesn't have any water out that way, but he gets up over by the water tank at night, and I've got a bucket up there for him. What's that? What's going on? See, that's why I sleep so well at night, because there's not going to be anybody sneaking up on me. I got 12 sentinels out here. Oh, there's a truck. There was a truck stopped over by the gate, and he just took off down the road. See, they all heard that. They all knew that while I was walking around oblivious to it. And there it goes down the road down there now. Got some type of a rack on top. So, I don't have to worry about it. I mean, if they can get a quarter mile across the field to get to me without getting attacked by the dogs, and I probably don't want to mess with them anyway, right? All right, so that's all there is to it, everybody. Today, I'm going to take care of the things I got to take care of on the van. I want to thank you all for joining me. Questions, comments down below. By the way, I did a MLRS search on the property that I went up to and found that nice riverbed and that weird item. And dang it, there's a placer claim on it. So I can't go there and do anything. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. G-Bear signing off.